Good morning. It's the morning mental health chat. I'm Chris Harrison, and this is episode 3. So, welcome. And if you watched the previous two, thank you for that as well. Yeah, this one. So, conquering anxiety, proven techniques to help you manage every day. Um, I look like I've just woke up. I've been awake a couple of hours now. Um, but yeah. So, anxiety. What is it? Do we need it? Should we fear it? Anxiety is our fire alarm. It's that thing that we've got that we've evolved to have that keeps us alive. Anxiety stops us from going out the house and running straight into the road because what happens is the brain sort of records, if you want, past um, ways that we've dealt with a situation. So, for instance, we go to a road, we know that the brain doesn't understand, it just knows that these big metal objects can cause us injury, can cause us death. So we get taught how to cross a road safely and we repeat those actions until the brain knows that that's what we do. I'm sure that all of us have messed that up at some point and crossed the road too quickly or misjudged the speed of cars coming towards us and we've ran across the road or gone to cross and then jump back, or for some people, have messed it up completely and made contact with the vehicle. These patterns then get learnt in our brain. So when we come to that situation, when we come to an edge of a road, our brain remembers uh, what we did before and will repeat the same thing again. If it's helped us, if we've survived, and if we've not been injured. But that reaction, that routine, doesn't care if you're happy with it or not. It just has one job: your survival. So when we're talking about things like um, social anxiety, for instance, yes, we need a level of anxiety, uh, so we're aware of the possible dangers of being out in public or in a group, but not to a point where it's heightened that much that it stops us from doing what we want to do, what we need to do. Some people might not even be able to leave the house because that sense of fear outside is so great that you physically cannot move. This is where anxiety is doing a good thing but very badly. This is when people then approach me and look, this is doing this is affecting my life like this, and I need help. Can you help? With anxiety, your friend, it's your superpower. And I wrote an ebook which I give to my clients on my program that shows techniques. I'm going to go through some of the techniques with you today. I didn't create these. These techniques are known by other people and so on and so forth. Um, but they're there, but I've adapted them, changed them for how I see it and how my clients who work with me um, see it. Because an explanation how something works, especially in with what I do, can be altered to fit many things. And what may appeal, information may appeal to one person, won't another. But obviously, I focus on my clients, my people, and it's those that I want to resonate with. So, anxiety is your superpower. Keeps us alive. Okay, we need it. What we don't need for it to control us, we should be controlling. It's a tool in our mental toolbox. As I mentioned before in previous videos, if you imagine your brain is in two halves, a rational side, conscious side, and an emotional side, and irrational, an irrational, unconscious, and a conscious, rational. Now these should be working together as a team to get the best outcomes for you. But if there's ever conflict, the emotional, the rational side will always win. Do this because that's where those patterns are stored. That's where those routines are stored. And it's those that we repeat, good or bad. We repeat them. When we're born, we're not scared of spiders. We don't know what a spider is. Yet, if our parent or guardian is scared of spiders and they're screaming and shouting every time they see one, the child will then see that thing, that spider, as it will be come to know, and learn that this is then how you react to when you see these. And they will drag that belief, that lesson, that routine, that pattern into adult life. And they see a spider, the adult in them stops, and that child comes out and reacts because it's a learned behaviour. These patterns, these routines can be unlearned quite quickly. And that's what I help my clients do. New ones can be put in place. And so when you see a spider, not saying you'll ever like them, it's not about that. It's about getting rid of that fear response. You react in a much better way instead of standing on the back of the sofa or running off out the room or whatever it is. You can deal with it properly, effectively, and the best outcome for you and everybody involved. Obviously, there are some things that require a bit more urgency. There's a difference between spider, UK spider anyway, and a hungry lion being in front of you. But even with a lion, there's a correct way, a better way of dealing with it, which again, a professional lion handler, if that's the correct term for them, can teach you what to do. So, how can we start to control anxiety? First of all, you have to accept that you are in control of anxiety. Anxiety is your superpower. It's there to help you. You accept these things and believe these things. You now have an understanding. And an understanding brings power. And with power brings control. There are many things you can do in regards to techniques and little things, routines that you can make to help things get better. Also remember this: anxiety is a lie. What are we always anxious about? Things in the future. Have they happened yet? No. And even if it's about something that you've done in the past, let's say a dentist appointment, a doctor's appointment, and the last time it happened wasn't a nice experience, your brain will remember that. Your brain will want to avoid that. But this one hasn't happened yet. So it's just a thought. We've created it. Not real. Tip number one: change that thought, change that image. You can make your favourite cartoon character as the dentist. You can add colour, you can take colour away. You can alter that image all you want. And by altering it to something better, the anxiety will calm down and you will have better. Again, I'm not saying you're going to now start looking forward to going to the dentist or doctors or even want to go, but you'll be able to go. And just by making those changes to that image, you know then that it's a lie. Because what's happened is it's believed bad one. It's believed that bad one because our brain needs to look at things negatively for our survival. Going back to the lion thing, if there was a lion outside, would your brain think, oh, there's a nice lion, I'm going to go and pat that? Or would it think, shit, there's a lion, that's going to hurt me, that's going to kill me, that's going to eat me up? One, will probably get you killed. Two, will keep you alive. So our brains always have to think negatively for our survival. But we can change that because going to the dentist, going to the doctors is not the same as being stood in front of a lion or a lion being outside our house. But the brain doesn't tell the difference. All it sees is a danger. It sees a threat to life. It sees pain. And we don't want to do that. But I see clients who need to go to the dentist, need to go to the doctors because just because your brain thinks, "I will stay in the house and everything will be fine, I haven't got to go there and be in pain and uncomfortable and blah, blah, blah," your medical condition going to keep going. I've seen people for needle phobias and need a blood test doing, but they can't go to the doctors and have it done. And they can't override that a bit in the thing that's stopping them. But by changing that image, getting that different result in your head, get a different set of feelings. So now, out of control anxiety reduces down. Keep doing it, keep reducing it until at that level you're nervous, you know, really don't want to go, but you can walk out your door, get into your car or walk, whatever, to the place and do it. Another one is called tapping. And this is where we have a different explanation. So some people may believe in chi and energy channels and and all of that. That's not for me. I believe in energy, but things like tea and whatever else, I know it's explained like that. That's not for me, and that's not how I work. Um, so is how I explain it. When we tap, again, I'll show you a way you can do sort of at home, and it's more of a bigger the word after some of the exertion is in my mind, but that's not the right word. Um, bigger task if you want than another way I'm going to show you. So you look a bit daft doing this. If you're having an issue in a supermarket or a pub or whatever. So tapping is what it says on the tin. You tap. So um, you can start off doing that, then move to there, then to there, then to there, there, and you just and while you're doing it, tell yourself, even though I'm anxious, I choose to feel calm. Even though I'm anxious, I choose to feel calm. Even though I'm anxious, I choose to feel calm. Even though I am anxious, I choose to feel calm. Really emphasize the words because we are what we tell ourselves. Yes, you're anxious, but you're choosing to feel calm. The tapping distracts the brain. Can't think of that image if you've got this feeling going on. Focus on that. That gets annoying after a bit. And then tell yourself that even though I'm anxious, I choose to feel. You haven't got to say it out loud, you can say it in your head. So when you've done all that and you repeat it until those levels come down, take notice of those levels. Scale of 1 to 10. 1 being nothing, 10 being panic station, where are you at? You might have been at an 8. Now where are you? 6. Do it again. Where are you now? 5, 4. Do it again. 3. Now is that money? And you leave the house now. Another version of that is just use your finger. Even though I'm anxious, choose to feel calm. Anxious, choose to feel calm. Even though I'm anxious, just keep doing that. We'll get to a point where you've only got to do that. Touch. Your brain will fire it off because now you've taught yourself. Anchored in this response. That'll now mean calm to your brain. Something coming up, a test, whatever, doctor's appointment, dentist appointment. You're anxious about it. All you got to do is that. Not even tap it. We'll get to a point where you just got to connect and it'll fire off that calm feeling in your mind. Another way, the anxiety thing in regards to if it's stopping you from doing something like going out is just do it. It's probably the hardest one because your brain's stopping you. And if your brain wants to stop you completely, it will. But you can override it. And if there's a small window of opportunity where you can do that and get out, then do it. But you'll have to deal with what comes with that. I don't really recommend it, but it's an option there for some people. Um, those are sort of, well, tapping's the best one, but understanding, understanding anxiety, accepting it that you need it, accepting that yes, it's a pain in the arse sometimes, but it's doing a good job. You're alive, but you've got to get it under control. I help people who struggle to do that on their own. You watch this video and you can do it on your own, brilliant. If you're having difficulty, contact me. We'll have a chat. Anxiety as well shows up in many different places and in different ways, but it's the same, even though it feels different. A golfer who can't physically swing a golf club, dart player who can't physically let go of dart, a dancer who can't go on stage, or someone who's about to do some public speaking physically can't go on the stage. It's all the same thing, but it all feels different for the individual. So if you're suffering from that sort of anxiety, another tip I can give you then is this. Imagine before you do it, just before you're about to do that thing, or you can even do it when you're at home and you instead of sitting there thinking about it all going wrong, what you do, you think about that stage, that competition, whatever it is, and you imagine yourself as a door in front of you. Door frame, door. Door opens right in front of you. And inside this door, behind this door, just your favourite colour. A colour that's positive to you. A colour that would mean confidence and happiness. Right? What you do is you visualise yourself walking through that door, taking all that on, and then taking that shot, doing that speech, doing that test, doing that exam, doing whatever it is. Apply it to that. But you've gone through there and you've come out that other side to do this task. The confident, happy you, not the anxious you. You've left that behind. And your brain thinks that you've done that. Your brain thinks that's a real thing and you've just done that. So as you step through, feel that confidence, feel that you go for it. When I work with sports people, we do that often. And again, it feels weird to start with. You question it, also, but alter it to fit you. There are also a lot of people out there who love their anxiety. That's what makes them special, makes them different. And different means they get different treatment. Those people don't like me. Those people I'm a threat to. My videos, my content is created for those who want change, want help, and are willing to make those changes and help themselves. And this is why I do these videos. I might not get thousands of views or get thousands of followers. I haven't. I'm not a social media person. I'm a therapist and coach. But if you watch this and you take something away from it, maybe the tapping thing works for you, maybe it doesn't. Maybe the door frame thing works for you, maybe it does. But just take those techniques and change them to fit you. Another thing when anxiety being the stressor is to just remember that you have control of it talking to you. It's a language. It's a liar, but it's a language. Unfortunately, we don't have a book where we can translate that into a spoken language. But when we learn to listen, when we learn to communicate with that part of our brain, we can do amazing things. Stress needs to change. We change those stressors. Anxiety will lower. The language of anxiety will become easy. And instead of blaring at you like a fire alarm, like a siren, stop there. And it's that little voice, that little self-talk keeps you safe, but allows you to do what you want to do. That is where you want to be. Like this video, again, thank you for watching. If you like this video, please like and subscribe. I'm Chris Harrison. Follow me. I'll help you change your life. Look forward to seeing you on the next episode. Take care now. Bye bye.